This somewhat unassuming looking sedan has attracted more attention than just about any other car ever made in Australia. It's because of this. That is a 7-litre V8 engine, also 427 cubic inches in the old scale, hence the name of the car, the HSV W427. It's the most powerful, the fastest Aussie car ever. For the most part, it looks pretty much like any other HSV, although there are some subtle differences, things like the neat carbon fibre rear spoiler and the unique front bumper with even a hint of V8 supercars. As for the price tag, it is expensive, it's approaching 160 grand. But the big question with the W427 is what's it like to drive? Right from the start, you notice a much more intense and a much deeper burble from the V8. The engine is the heart of the W427. So it's no surprise HSV has done a lot of work to make sure this car sounds different to the other ones. You know what's most impressive? Hear it from outside. It was driving past before, sounds fantastic. Now all day today we've been getting a bit of rain, then it dries out and a bit more rain. Even in the dry, this car struggles for grip in the lower gears. It just wants to wheel spin. There's so much torque, so much muscle that it just fires up the rear wheels. And with a bit of rain on the track, you may as well not even bother with first and second. Even in third gear, you've got to be really delicate, really careful. But once you do get the power to the ground, it is a sensational experience. The car just hauls and doesn't give up. Just when you're expecting it to run out of puff, it keeps going and going and going, all the way to 7,000 RPM. All up, the W427 is good for 375 kilowatts of power. That is a fraction over 500 horsepower in the old scale. Pretty impressive for an Aussie sedan that is ultimately based on a Commodore. But it's not so much the power that impresses most, it's the torque. Now of course you expect torque from a V8 and this has plenty of it. But once you start getting the revs on board, start getting a little higher in the rev range, that's when it really starts getting going. 4,000 revs, 5,000 revs, it doesn't want to give up. When it comes to performance figures, one number stands out more than any other, and that's the 0 to 100 km/h time. This car, 4.7 seconds, by far the fastest Australian car ever. But if you want a W427, you're going to have to be patient for two reasons. Firstly, as I mentioned before, it's the most expensive Aussie car on the market, $155,500 plus on road costs. So you could be saving for a while, or at least I will be. And the other reason you're going to have to be patient is because they can only build about half a dozen a week. So the first allocation of 90 cars for 2008 were already sold out. People are queuing to own an expensive Aussie car. Now I mentioned before that the 427 and W427 also refers to the capacity of the engine in cubic inches. But there's another significance, and that is how many cars HSV is going to build. They don't know quite how many people want one of these vehicles. So if only a few hundred buy it, that's how many they'll make. But they will never make more than 427. Pretty fitting, really. And seeming as I've got my own one at a racetrack for the whole day, I reckon it's time for me to have a bit more fun.